The movie starts with us seeing a couple whose car broke down in the middle of the road. Frank couldn't fix the car because the engine was too hot. She was calling the tow truck guys, but there was no cell service here. Then they see something strange, but that thing isn't shown to us. Next, we see Emily and Liz, who are driving the car like a rocket. Liz was busy smoking and drinking. Both were driving, enjoying themselves. Just then, a guy was standing on the road, looking for a ride. Liz wanted to give him a lift, but Emily didn't because a rumor was famous about this road. A serial killing happens here often. Anyway, Emily's boyfriend was cheating on her, which she had found out about. That's why now she has decided to cheat on him, and Liz is taking her to her friend Ricky so they can hook up. They see a cut in the road. Liz guesses that the other road must be the correct way. Since there was no network, their GPS wasn't working. Well, they end up on the Devil's Pass Road. The name itself is so dangerous. Just imagine what's going to happen next. After driving for a long time, they see a tow truck on the road carrying a car. Paying attention, we realize it's the same couple's car we saw at the start of the movie. Now, what he did to the couple is unknown. Both of them noticed a really bad smell coming from the truck, and the driver wasn't giving them way to pass. They overtake him. That's when we see satanic symbols on the truck. This tells us that he is a worshiper of the devil, who could prove deadly for both of them. Their gas runs out here, so they stop at a gas station. Liz went to the restroom. Just then, that truck driver also arrives here. She wanted to see his face, but then the station worker arrived and started putting gas in the car. The guy was just about to step outside, but the worker came in between again, and she couldn't see his face. She goes outside to look at him but can't see anything except his shoes. The man was keeping his eyes on both of them. That means something was going on in his satanic mind. Anyway, they paid and drove off. They sped up to 100 miles per hour so the truck guy wouldn't get ahead of them. But then he overtakes them at 120 miles per hour and pulls back in front of their car. They think he's intentionally harassing them. But then he started using a hand gesture to tell them to go ahead. They thought the man was nice, but he wanted to cause their accident. They both realize they are in trouble. Liz notes the number written on the back of the car so she can complain about it. But there was no cell service here. They overtake him and move ahead, and Liz curses at him. They get way ahead. They think the trouble is over, but the trouble wasn't going to be over that easily. Trouble is trouble. They drive fast. They didn't want him to get ahead again, but who can prevent fate? He does get ahead, and this time, he wasn't giving them a path to overtake. Both got frustrated and started cursing at him. Then she brings the car onto another road, and that's how she overtakes him. They leave the truck driver behind and move ahead, but he wasn't going to stop chasing them that fast. Emily hits 120 plus mph. Just then, some kids came into the road, and they barely avoided hitting them. Anyway, they come to a restaurant to freshen up. Then the waitresses took their order. Just then, they see that the truck guy has also arrived here. Both were scared seeing this. They thought he was inside the restaurant too. Emily had only seen his shoe then, so she started trying to recognize him through his shoes. This made them suspicious of the guy with the hat, but then he got into his red car and left. This made them suspicious of this other man because he was staring at them. Emily started saying harsh things to him and also threw his burger. They were about to get into a fight, but the waitress came in between and told both of them to leave. Just then, they see that it wasn't the truck guy. He had some other car. The truck guy was sitting in the truck. They started running after the truck, but it drove away. Well, they continue their journey. After driving a little further, they see a truck again, but this was a different truck. The man gives them way. They smiled and moved ahead. Then they found the couple's car standing in the road, the one the tow truck guy was towing. Now, they could have ignored it and moved on, but they don't, and they stop the good truck guy to show him the standing car. He makes Emily sit in this car so they can pull the car to the side. Otherwise, there could have been a traffic jam. Just then, he arrives and hits the car, putting it on the side. Both of them run away. They were driving the car at a high speed, but he also knew how to drive the truck fast. Now, a chase begins here. Both cars were going at 100 miles per hour. She increases her speed even more, making the truck fall behind. And maybe they will get away from him now. But fate did not approve of this. The tire bursts, and he was coming towards them at full speed, but he passes them without saying anything. Well, she starts changing the tire, and Liz was keeping her eyes on the road so he wouldn't come back. Something like that does happen. He comes back. Both of them run away again. Just then, Emily hits a stone and becomes unconscious. Now the scene shifts, and when she regained consciousness, Liz was not there. She started calling out to her. Then she saw that the man had changed her tire. She thought he had taken Liz away, so she started moving toward him. She was very worried about Liz. Until now, she was running away from the truck guy. But now, she was forced to look for him. A little distance away, she sees the truck parked. She calls out for Liz, but he starts running away. Emily gets very upset and gets back into the car. Then that truck comes to crush her, but she runs away at the last moment. She got an idea, and she hid the car in the field so he would pass by. That's exactly what happens. He is unable to see her. Then she sees a telephone, but it was disconnected. Emily was very panicked that her friend had been kidnapped. Now what should she do? She couldn't call the police. There was no network here. She falls asleep in the car. Then Liz comes to her and starts scolding her, saying, "How could you leave me there?" Although Emily had looked for her there, she wasn't there. Emily asked, "How did you get here?" She said, "By hitching a ride." Just then, the truck comes to crush them. But this was all her dream, a bad nightmare. Well, now it was night. They move ahead. But then, out of nowhere, he comes back. She started driving the car at full speed, which made him fall far, far behind. But the police got on her tail because the car was speeding. This is the first time someone is happy to see the police behind them. Until now, everyone was sad. Well, she said she's in big trouble. Her friend has been kidnapped. Some truck guy is chasing her. But the police didn't care about any of this. He tells her to sit in a police car and show her license so he can complete his ticket quota. She said, "Take 100 or 200 extra, but please listen to me." The sheriff thought she was making excuses. But then, he runs over the sheriff, which makes her scared, and she contacts the police department with the sheriff's walkie-talkie. But then he comes back. He doesn't do anything to her. Instead, he tows the sheriff's car away. She takes the sheriff's gun and moves forward. Then she sees that the car is out of gas. But her luck was good. She finds a gas station a little distance away, but the worker said the station was closed. But seeing the gun, he got in line and started pumping gas. She calls the emergency number with the telephone, but a turtle was sitting on the emergency line, and he first verifies her address. But then the truck guy comes to verify her life. She runs away from here, but he was right behind her. She decides to shoot him, but this was a second truck. Suddenly, the other one also arrived, and now he wants to crush Emily by squeezing her in between the trucks. She was very scared because there was no way out. After a lot of struggle, she is able to get out. This makes the truck lose its balance, and it tips over, getting stuck there, and Emily gets away. She drives all night. Then morning comes. Just then, something goes wrong with the engine. That man also arrives, and now a long chase ensues here. Finally, she gets an idea, and she drives the car at 120 plus mph. The truck was left far behind. She stops the car in one place because she had a plan in mind where victory was ahead of fear. She speeds the car toward him. Then she wedges it on a cliff, and now her car is stuck. Emily gets out and starts calling out to Liz and asking about her. The man then calls Liz's phone. She hears the ringing and comes to the car, but the ring was coming from the trunk. She finds Liz's dead body in the trunk. The one she was searching for everywhere was right there in her trunk. Meanwhile, he was busy trying to pull the truck out, but Emily didn't want that to happen. She hits the truck with her car, sending it down into the ravine, and she drives away from there. Now the scene shifts, and we see a girl who got lost and came to a cabin for help. Here, we see some cars, including the couple's car, the sheriff's car, and finally, the tow truck, meaning the killer is still not dead. He is alive, and now he is going to torment this girl. With this, the movie ends. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe. It only takes a second.